Hello everyone. So in this particular video, we are going to discuss question number 64 of GATE Year 25 exam. This question was asked for 2 marks. Okay. And simple question. You can see a data structure has been used here, stack and few operation based on that along with the pseudocode part. So you should know how while loop works, how if statement works, right? So let's try to solve this particular question. Create an empty stack S. So I hope everyone knows what is stack data structure. We already discussed in the course, right? So let's say for example, we have created one stack here. Set x equals to 0, flag 0, sum 0, yes. Push x onto S, x value is 0. So we are pushing S. So we are pushing 0 into S, yes, that's it. Then while S is not empty, so you can see while loop is starting here, ending it here, right? So we need to execute whatever is there inside this particular while block till this particular condition become false, right? So S is not empty. Is this true? Yes, you can see S is not empty because we have a 0 here. Then you can see if flag equals to 0. Is flag equals to 0? Yes, true. Then we have to execute this particular thing. Set x equals to x plus 1. What is x here? 0. 0 plus 1 will be 1. Then we have to push x onto S. Now what is x here? 1. So we are pushing 1 after that like this, right? If x, okay. Now next if statement, if x equals to 8. No, that is not true. So we are not going to execute this particular thing. Again, if flag equals to 1. No, flag equals to 0 only. So we are not going to execute this particular thing. Okay. So you can see we have 3 if statement here, right? So first one is this one. Second one is this one. Third one is this one, right? So if this statement is true, we are going to execute this particular block here, right? If this particular statement is true, we are going to execute this particular block here. And if this particular statement is true, we are going to execute this particular block here. Okay. So for the first thing, flag equals to 0. Yes, set x equals to x plus 1. We have added x equals to 1 here. That's it. And this all if statement are false here, right? Now again we are going back to this while condition. Again we are checking if S is not empty. Again we are checking S is not empty. That is true. If flag equals to 0, yes, that is true. Set x equals to x plus 1. But from the previous iteration, the value of x is 1. So this will be what? 1 plus 1 equals to 2. So we have to push x onto S. So x is basically 2. We are pushing 2. Again x equals to 8. No. Again flag equals to 1. No. So if you observe, this two statement will execute only if flag is equals to 1, this particular thing. And this will execute when x equals to 8. So till then, this both the statement will not be get execute, right? So again we are going back to while loop. Again we are checking flag equals to 0. Yes. So in this way we are setting x equals to x plus 1. So we are incrementing the value of x plus 1 and we are pushing that into a stack. Till when? Till x equals to 8. Okay. So I hope you understand how this pseudocode is working here. So we are adding this 3, 4, 5, then we have 6, 7, and then we have 8 here, for example, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the moment we have added 8 here, the moment x equals to 8 and we have added x and we have added 8 into a stack, so push x onto S. So what is happening here? Now this if statement is becoming true. X equals to 8. Yes, that is true. Then we have to set flag equals to 1. Now the value of flag is set equals to 1. Now again we are checking if flag equals to 1. Yes, that is true. And then we are going to execute this particular thing here. Right? Now you can see x equals to pop s. So pop is what? We are going to remove the first element, top element from the stack. That is basically what? 8 here. So x equals to 8. If x is odd, is that true? X is equals to 8. Is it odd? No. Then we are not going to execute this one. So we have to set sum equals to sum plus x. What is sum here? 0. What is x here? 8. That is 8 here. Again going for a while loop. Next while loop. Again we are checking s is not empty. No. Here we have just removed 8. Right? But 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 is there. Flag equals to 0. No. So here after x equals to 8, we have set flag equals to 1. So that's it. This condition is not true. So we are not going to execute this particular block now. Okay. So again we are checking if x equals to 8. Is that true? Yes, x equals to 8, but still we are setting flag equals to 1 only. That's it. Now again x equals to pop of s, right? So this statement is true, flag equals to 1. So next element is what? First, so top element is what? 7. So we are going to remove 7. So here it will be 7. Now we are going to check x is odd, that is x equals to 7 is odd. Yes, that is true. Then we have to pop s. Pop s means what? Again we are going to pop one more element after popping 7, that is basically 6, right? So at this particular point what is happening? X equals to 7, but we are checking x is odd, and then we are popping one more element, that is basically 6 here, and set sum equals to sum plus x. Now from the previous iteration the value of sum is 8, right? We are going to add x, that is basically 7, so that is basically a 15 here, right? So again we are going for a while loop. Again we are checking s is not empty. Yes, that is true. So if you see here, after removing 8 7 6, what we have? 0 1 2 3 4 and 5 here, right? Again, we are checking flag equals to 0. No. X equals to 8. No. Flag equals to 1. Yes. So now we are going to execute this if statement only. Because above 2 if statement is not going to execute, because anyway flag is not equals to 0 and x is not equals to 8. Okay. So again flag equals to 1. X, we are going to pop s. So again we are going to pop the first element, top element, that is 5. So we are going to remove 5 now. Whether x is odd? Yes, that is true. So we are going to pop s. Again we are going to top. Again we are going to remove the top element, that is 4 here. So 5 is removed, 4 is removed, right? Then set sum equals to sum plus x. X is what? 5. So plus 5, that is basically 20. Again go for a next iteration. Same thing. Both the conditions are false. Again flag equals to 1. Again we are going to pop the top element. The top element is 3 here. So we are going to pop top element is 3. X is odd. Yes, 3 is odd. Again we are going to pop the element, that is basically a 2. So we have removed 2 also. So we have to add sum plus x. Sum is 20, x is 3, that is 23 here. Again we are going for a next iteration. Again both conditions are false. Flag equals to 1, that is true. X equal to pop s. Again we are going to remove the element, that is basically what? 1. So here it is 1, x equals to 1. Again we are checking if x is odd. Yes, that is true. Then we are going to remove the top element, again pop s. So we have only one element, that is 0. So we have removed this, and x equals to 1, that is sum plus x, that is basically 24 here. Now here we have removed all the elements, we have popped all the elements here. Again we go back to a while loop. Now what is here? S is not empty. Is that true? S is empty because we have removed all the elements from the stack. Now this condition becomes false and we are going to exit the while loop, and that's it. The output is what? Sum. What are the value of sum? That is basically output, and you can see 24 is the answer for this particular question. Okay, simple question. You just know how this stack data structure is working, how while loop works, how if statement works. That's it, right? And the flow of this particular code, right? So basic understanding is required to solve this particular question, and I hope you understand what we have discussed in this particular video, right? So try to solve more question like this, because that's the only thing you have to do, right? Once you know all this concept, you have to practice more. That's it, right? So I have added 5 more questions similar to this type of question in my test series in my course, so you can just go through that. Okay, just try to solve those questions. Okay, I hope you understand the video solution of this particular question. So that's it from my side. Thank you.